I'm Dr. Timothy Johnston. Let's talk about the biology of cavities for just a minute. If you're getting cavities, whether you're young or old, there's some things you ought to know that really may help to solve that problem for you going forward. First though, let me just say that the effect of what you're doing today won't be visualized or come to pass for a couple of years. So if you've got awesome habits today, they're going to show up in a couple of years. If you've got terrible habits today, that's going to show up in a couple of years. None of this is instant. So if you've been battling cavities all your life or recently, and you start doing what I'm telling you, it may still result in a couple of more checkups where they're finding cavities when you come in. And that's because what you did 2 years ago is evidenced today. That said, let's talk about the simple biology of what's going on in there. You all know that sugar causes cavities. That's what our moms told us. That's what the science tells us. But why? What's going on? All right, here it is. There's bacteria in your mouth. There is always bacteria in your mouth. One of those bacteria, called Strep mutans, actually has the capacity to stick to your teeth. And it's the reason that your teeth get those fuzzy sweaters if you don't brush them all day long. My wife calls those circus teeth because she remembers as a little girl that she'd go to the circus or some kind of a big fair like that with her parents, and you wouldn't brush your teeth all day. You brush them in the morning, you'd eat sugary junk all day long, and by the time you got home, you could literally scrape the junk off your teeth that was forming. And that's plaque. That is bacterial plaque. So circus teeth. That plaque has nothing to do all day except eat sugar, literally, and cause bad breath, so brush your teeth more, if nothing else for breath control. But that plaque is just sitting there. The bacteria is sitting there doing nothing, just kind of ho-hum, twiddling its thumbs, waiting for things to happen. What is it waiting for? It's waiting for sugar. The smallest amount or the largest amount of sugar, a couple of grains of sugar or an entire 2-liter bottle of soda, is enough sugar to feed all the bacteria in your mouth for the next 20 minutes. Again, no matter how much, even the smallest amount, all the bacteria are activated and they start chumping up on that sugar. Bacteria eat sugar and then they poo their byproduct. Like every other organism, what comes in has to come out. And that bacteria poo is acidic. It lays on the teeth and it causes erosion, acid erosion of the enamel of your tooth. So let's do some math. If you sip on, say, a soda or you snack on sugary foods throughout the course of the day, every time that sugar touches your teeth, 20 minutes of acid production, 20 minutes of bacteria causing cavities on your teeth, eventually in your teeth, wearing out the enamel. The enamel is a very durable substance. It's the hardest substance in the human body, yet enough acid is going to wear through that. So let's back up again. I said if you eat sugary snacks. Well, what are sugary snacks? Did you know that 49,000 of the 50,000 items found in an average grocery store in America contain added sugar? I don't mean they came from the growers with sugar. They contain added sugar. Add to that the things that have natural sugar, like the fruits in the grocer's aisle. Most everything you put in your mouth is going to have sugar. Eating some bread, that's called maltose. Eating some fruit, that's got fructose. Eating anything that, sucrose is what they add to everything. Corn syrup, that's sugar. Sugar's in everything. Assume that unless it's green and grew in your own garden, it probably has sugar in it. So every time you eat, every time you sip on a sugary drink, you're putting sugar in your mouth. Every time, and for 20 minutes. So how do we control the cavities? Again, back to basic science. 2 ways to do that. To either limit the sugar or limit the bacteria. I prefer both, not either one or the other. So don't be a sipper. My worst cavities come from my restaurant workers who have a little cup of cola, a cup of soda, sitting around the corner from the grill or in the dining area, sitting around there out of sight, and every time they walk past it, they just take a little sip on that straw. They're replenishing that sugar all day long. Or by busy executives who keep a cup of coffee on their desk with sugar in it all day long. If you're using an artificial sweetener like stevia, that's fine. It does not cause cavities. But if you've got real sugar, it's going to. So limit your sugar intake. I don't care if you drink a 2-liter bottle of soda at lunch. I'm not suggesting it for your dietary system. But as far as teeth are concerned, it's still just 20 minutes. But if you take just a single glass of soda and you kind of sip on it all day long, you're doing far worse damage. All right, part 2 of that is how much bacteria there is. Because again, the volume of bacteria dictates the volume of bacteria poo, that's the acid that's going to end up on your teeth. So brush and floss more than once or twice a day. People often ask me, what's my regimen? I brush 5 times a day and I floss once a day. People wonder where the heck I'm brushing 5 times a day. And I can tell you, as soon as you get up, because your breath stinks, go brush your teeth. And then I eat breakfast and I go brush again because there was food in my mouth, so brush it off. And then after lunch and after dinner and right before bed, even if you didn't eat or drink anything all evening long after your toothbrushing after dinner. Brush before you go to bed anyway. It is the single most important brushing occasion of your entire day, because for the rest of the night while you're sleeping, your saliva more or less shuts down. I know you drool on your pillow a little bit, but that's not the volume of saliva you're thinking. If we salivated during the night like we do during the day, we'd all drown in our sleep. Well, the saliva is a very major protector of your teeth. It helps to thin out the acid and wash it away off your teeth during the course of a normal day. So there is some protection the body's working. But at nighttime, let's say you eat a cookie right before you go to bed and you go without brushing, the saliva's gone and that sugar is just going to take over. The bacteria is going to eat on it and it's going to end up just destroying your teeth. So that's Dental Biology 101. I hope that it helps to keep you from getting cavities as you go forward. Thanks for watching.